Hello, hello. It's Sara Oehler from softflexcompany.com. I am so excited that it's kit day today. We will be unwrapping the Beltane design kit. I will be giving one away to one lucky winner at the end of the program here live. And we have our brand new kit just put into the shop today. We always like to have a beachy themed sort of kit every summer. And summer is coming. Isn't that wild? I will be opening up the Surfs Up kit on the last Wednesday of May. And then all of you will be making with it in June. When it's officially summer. So Surfs Up, and it's a super cute kit that you can get today in our shop, softflexcompany.com. And if you spend over $99, you will get it for free with coupon code FREEKIT. So if you need some wire or some crimps or some beads or a tool or another kit or a bead mix, now is your chance. Go ahead and fill up that shopping cart, and then you can get the kit for free. It's a $36.95 value for free on orders over $99. Hey, so good to see all of you jumping in here. I'm so excited to be able to spend some time with you today. I was talking with my neighbor earlier and then also with Thomas here in the background about how exhausting it is to be an adult. It's just like so exhausting some days. Some days it feels like it's just never ending. The list of things that we have to do, from pest control to house improvements. If you have kids, then, there's an endless list with them, and then doctor's appointments and dentist appointments and all of the things. Car appointments. I've got 2 car appointments. It's a lot. It's a lot to handle. And I know I'm not the only one feeling that way. I'm sure many of you are feeling that way too. And so I'm going to invite you for the next hour to just take all of that and set it aside. And we'll come back to it after we finish our hour. But for this hour, much like if you were on a yoga mat, we're going to take all that noise and just kind of put it over here. And we're going to enjoy ourselves, because what is life? Why do all that work, right? Set up all the appointments, buy all the groceries, pay all the bills, get the tires on the car, like all the stuff you have to do. Why do it if you don't get the time to enjoy what you love to do? And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to set it aside and we're going to enjoy it. Oh, Elaine, I feel you. She just said, I'm feeling overwhelmed like 10 seconds ago. Oh my gosh. I know. It's never ending, the list of things, but sometimes, and if it's not for this hour, because this hour, it can't be, you can't put it aside for this hour, because God knows I've been in situations where you can't even put it aside. You just got to put one foot in front of the other and keep going, no matter how exhausted you are. And I'm sure there's some of you watching too that feel that way. Try to find 5 minutes to put it aside, whatever it takes, do what you can for yourself. Just, 15 minutes, make a quick bracelet, something easy, doesn't take a lot of thought, but that you find enjoyment from. We will beat our problems away. Thank you, Sherry. And like I say regularly, like these are all, the problems that I have now are nothing compared to problems I've had in the past. And it is good to have some perspective on things, but it does still pile up. Even the little things that are just easy problems normally, when they're all in a big pile, it feels like a lot. Oh, Liz says she's been packing and it's been a lot of work. Oh my gosh. I'm so happy you're going somewhere though, Liz. Yeah, I have some trips coming up. I have 2 trips coming up with my family. And that's part of what's, I think, adding to my stress pile a little bit is the mental math of doing everything before we leave. Yes, the beading will continue until morale improves. I love that, Becky. All right, I've got a great giveaway going. I'm giving away a full-sized kit today. Find the details at the bottom of the screen there. And I am going to, let's see if I can switch it. There we go. We're going to go here and we are going to start beading. Woo woo. Okay, so welcome. If you're brand new to Softflex Company and you've never been to one of our live videos before, welcome in. We are so happy to see you. If you've been coming since the beginning, which I crazily just looked at the calendar and found out my 12-year anniversary for doing live videos is coming up very soon, in like a month. 12 years of doing this. If you've been hanging out with me for 12 years, holy smokes, thank you for being here. And if you've joined anywhere along the way, I so appreciate you spending some time with us here on our live every Wednesday. I've been doing it for that long. It's kind of wild. And we have made so many beautiful things over the years. And I'm always happy to be here. Even on my darkest days when things were the worst, I have enjoyed being here with all of you. So thank you for being here. We've got our Beltane kit that we're going to be opening today. There are some of these left in the shop. You can still buy them at softflexcompany.com. So if you like what you see, you can go grab one. I'm giving one away today. You can find the details at the bottom of the screen. And it did have a bead strand that matched it. These are very low, less than 5 now. So if you want the Beltane bead strand, you're going to want to get in there and get it pretty quickly because these are almost gone. And it's quite a lovely strand too. It's really very pretty. So if you want to grab that, do that quickly. This is the new Surf's Up. Look at that awesome paper that Joyce found for it. So cute. It's got big waves on it. It's an absolutely beautiful kit. I'm very excited for you guys to open that one at the end of May. Here is the bead strand that just launched to go with it. It's kind of a beautiful teal color, teal and gold. Really, really nice. I love these big round coins in that teal color. And then it's got some beautiful blue hearts and things as well. Pick that up in the shop now. We added another outlet item today. This is our Softflex 019 champagne colored wire. This one is 30% off because we do have regular stock on this item. Usually if it's an outlet, it's because it's got like some white or some black marks in it. It's not quite what we would want for a regular shelf stock, but it is usable wire. And you can purchase that now at softflexcompany.com and get the 30% off on the 019 30-foot spool of it. So find that in there now. We do have gold in, we have 24 karat gold in the outlet. It is not discounted because we aren't making it anymore. So it's full price. But if we have the regular stock in the item, then we will discount the outlet items. Okay, let's get going. I pulled these out because it's Beltane, which is lots of flowers. And I figured some of you who have missed all these beautiful flowers might want to take a look at them to go with your Beltane kit. The way our kits work is Kristen and Joyce and I work tirelessly to make a kit around a theme, and it takes a lot to pull it all together. We pick these themes sometimes a year in advance and start purchasing for each kit. So some of the things in this kit we might have even purchased like 6 or 8 months ago, and it all comes together eventually. So you buy your mystery kit. There is not a subscription. It's a buy as you go at softluxcompany.com. You're going to join our Softlux very important beading studio group. We usually call it the VIB for short on Facebook. And don't reveal the contents of the Surf's Up kit. This kit will be revealed on the last Wednesday of May. So don't reveal the contents. Don't reveal anything you've made until I open the kit. So today I'm opening the Beltane kit, and then you are invited to open the Beltane kit on a video to make anything you want with it, and then hopefully share it with all of us in the Softlux VIB group. On the flip side, if you're brand new to beading and you have a hard time figuring out how to get started, what to make with all the components that might be in this kit, go into the VIB group and see what other people are making. So not only will I open this kit, but many others will open this kit throughout this month, and they will, well, throughout the next month. What's next month? May, throughout May. And we will post those videos into our Saturday email. It goes onto our blog as well, where you can get lots of inspiration from all sorts of designers, but also go into the group and see what everyone is making, because some of the best designs are made by folks who are just designing for the fun of it and making things in their little home studio and for friends and family and sharing it into the VIB. Some of those things are like really, really awesome. Okay, so we decided on Beltane. We've been thinking about this for a while. It kind of goes along with like with the May Day poles, where you've got the ribbon wrapping around. It has lots of bright colors, flowers. It's a great sign for spring. And this is not in the kit. It's a standalone item that you would purchase separately. So I'm going to put that off to the side. In this kit, these are the items that you will receive. A lot of our kits are fairly similar in that they have beads, findings, and wire. Everything you need to make several jewelry designs with the help of a simple pair of crimping pliers and cutters. Those are the two tools I always suggest that you have on hand. So they make a great gift for someone who's never beaded before. They also make a great way to get inspired if you've been having a hard time with inspiration and been beading for a long time. Everything in it usually plays really nicely together, and it can be kind of a nice way to get out of a rut. So first and foremost, it's of course got Softlux beading wire, a 10-foot spool of Softlux beading wire in the bone diameter. This is our 019 in the bone color, 019 diameter. What am I saying? It is our most used diameter of beading wire. It fits things that are pretty small, but it can handle things that are a little bit thicker. Becky, it's so interesting that you say that, because I just had a customer begging for the red coral beading wire for a design that she was doing. And I dug some out in my office and sent it to her. And I'm like, I'm curious if people are wanting that color to come back, because I feel like I'm hearing about it multiple times recently, which is interesting. I do love that color. Oh, good. Terry says she just ordered this kit yesterday. She's excited to see the reveal. Thank you, Lori. Thank you. My husband gave me those trays years ago for Valentine's Day. It was such a perfect red. I agree. I was trying to catch Becky's thought here. Cindy says she loves the red too. Oh, Sherry, the yellow. I miss the yellow so much. Don't even get me started. But there's probably no way on earth I could lobby for the yellow. I love the yellow, but it was a tough sell. Not everybody loves yellow like I love yellow. Bring back the red. Okay, I'll think about it. I'll see what I can do. I'll see what magic I can work, okay? All right, so we put the bone color. We did the bone because we felt like with all these different colors that we had going on, we wanted something that was kind of neutral that could help sort of marry everything together. This sort of creamy colored soft flex, I feel like does go with everything, which is pretty handy. We've got 2 bead strands in here that are strung. Some beautiful little yellow fire polish beads. I absolutely love them. And then we've got some 2-hole red tile beads. I feel like these are very similar to what Cassandra just had sent me. And I found them so useful. Oh yeah, they're right here. Look at that. They're the similar to what Cassandra had in her bead box in this yellow. And they're so handy because it is a small little pop of yellow, which can be quite lovely. In here, we've got a mixture of some lampwork beads. These 3 are some beautiful lampwork beads, and they're just bright and colorful and fun. Yours may not be exactly like mine. You might have gotten a little bit of a different color. We've got some simple cut check glass beads in a really beautiful olive green. And then you should have a couple of flowers. I assume everybody got yellow flowers, but they may not be the same kind of flower. I'm not certain how that ended up working out, but something pretty similar in the same sort of family, right? Here we've got some more check glass beads in some bigger sizes. We've got some really beautiful orange squares that are nice. And then look at these babies. Aren't those pretty? I'm in love with those. They're so pretty. Let's move that down. Okay, so that's some of the beads. Oh my Lord. We've got the wire. We put gold crimp tubes in these. I don't know if you know how much these cost, but they are incredibly spendy right now. Even gold filled is crazy expensive. So I'm pretty excited that we were able to get these in here and have the kit price not go up exponentially. Here is a 2x2 millimeter gold filled crimp tube. There are 20 of them in there. Speaking of kit prices, I did want to warn you guys, we are having to do our kit prices on a sliding scale based on cost. And that is because the cost of things is very volatile right now. Sometimes we get a price hike on something and sometimes we don't, depending on where it's coming from and who we're getting it from. So you may see the price of the kit go up and down based on the cost of that kit. And it is specifically tied to how much we're paying for the items in the kit. And I hope you'll understand. That's just what kind of where we're at. I'm sure many other businesses are at that point too. We're trying our best to keep things as like stable as we can and not make things any more wild than they need to be. So that's why we decided to base it on what we're spending, and hopefully we're able to still have a beautiful full kit of all the things that we want, but make it work. These bows are so cool. I love these little gold bows, are just absolutely adorable. I could see those just being right on this little ear wire without doing almost anything else. Look at how cute that little bow is on the ear wire. And you just close it up That is such a cute little earring that my daughters would just die over. Those sweet little bows. So we have 2 of those in there. So if you wanted to make earrings, you certainly could. We've got 1 pair of ear wires and a lobster clasp. You can make several pieces of jewelry, a bracelet, a pair of earrings, and a long necklace that fits over your head without any more findings than this. If you want to make more bracelets and earrings, then I would definitely go to the website, order some more ear wires in the gold color, more clasps in the gold color as well. And that'll give you a little bit more options because you end up with a lot of beads. Got a lot of beads here, but less findings. And then last but not least, we've got a bead mix from Jesse James Beads. I'm sure you guys have noticed that we've been switching over to these little containers. Part of that is because we were getting some comments that there were beads breaking in our Jesse James bead mixes. And so they're a little bit more protected inside of these containers. So I actually am spending a little bit more without raising the price to be able to protect those beads just a little bit more and give you a reusable package that you can then use for something else too. So I hope you're enjoying that. That just started recently. Kind of exciting. And then look at this gorgeous, look at that bead mix. It's got some lovely stuff in there. It's got some more of those teal rounds. This bead mix went on sale today as well. So if you want just the bead mix, we've got extras that went onto the website. You can buy those now if you want to get a couple extras. Sometimes it's nice if you're doing a kit and you like the bead mix to get an extra one and just have a few more of the beads that are in that bead mix to mix in with everything else. There's a lot of pretty stuff in here. I'm loving it. These little flowers are so cute. So that is a pretty kit. This is even better in person than it was on my my document that I was looking on. Sometimes beads look better in person, don't they? Okay, I'm checking really carefully to see what comments we've got before I get going. Thomas is reminding you we have a live sale tomorrow. It starts at 1 p.m. Pacific. If you want to be informed when we go live with our bead sale, which you definitely do, get on our text list. It helps so much. And then make sure you download our app to shop. We had an epic live sale last week. We had a bunch of new gemstones. Some of them are left over, a good amount of them. I don't think many of them sold completely out because it was a restock. So we still have more cool stuff coming up this week. And then I just placed an order for a bunch of really sparkly things. We have some artisan pieces coming in. So you got to keep up to date with what's going on in the live sale. Oh, Dana, I love this kit too. Doesn't this just spring or scream spring? Oh, thank you, Liz. I really like those containers too, and I'm glad we were able to make that change. It didn't, Jesse James Beads worked with us on it, so it didn't cost us too much. And I think it'll be a good change as we're moving forward. So I'm really glad we were able to do that. Oh, Sherry, yes, a bow and a flower bead would be so cute. I agree. All right, what are we going to make today? What are we going to make today? I'm so glad to put my problems on hold and like get to enjoy beading, like doing some of my favorite stuff instead of my not favorite stuff. You know? Like paying bills and ordering exterminators, you know, that's no fun. All right, so I'm thinking I want to make a bracelet today. And I'm thinking in the summer, I really like the bracelets that just roll over my hand. and are quick and easy to put on. You can make them with lots of different colors of soft flex. I think I'm going to make at least 2. So to do that, you need a pretty decent sized piece of soft flex because you're going to braid. And you need 3 of them. So let me see how long I'm making this. I'm a little bit like the grandma in the kitchen that never uses a recipe. I eye it out often and don't always know exactly what I'm using, but I try my best to get you information. I think that's 1 foot. I'm going to guess I've got about 1 foot here. And if you want to make it easy to begin, dump those here. Those little expensive. These gold has just gone outrageous. I mean, I thought it was already outrageous, and then it went even more outrageous. It's wild. Okay, so I only need 1 of these to stick out. What I'm doing is I am going to add a crimp to the top here. I don't need extra wire for these 2, so I'm going to get up close to the end of them. I don't know why I'm not getting a good focus today, but we'll do our best here. And I've got 1 long piece there. So I'm going to use the magical crimping pliers. They have a little divot on each side that matches. And you settle that crimp tube in the center of them and compress. And what you should get the first time is a little 4-corner ravioli. And then you turn it on its side and compress in those 4 corners and just go around and around. All right, and then I'm going to come in and just kind of trim that off. I am making basically a bangle bracelet. So now I can decide, do I want to start with a bead? Do I have any beads that'll fit all 3 strands of wire? I don't know. Let's see. Maybe these blue ones will. Yeah. String a bead, and then I'm off to the races. I can decide kind of how to go about this, but ooh, I know what I want to definitely do. Let me do 2 things. I'm going to bring you up higher again because I want to use my macrame board, and that'll make this easier. And I happen to have it handy. These things are super helpful in a project like this. If you want, you can bead stopper it on the back end to hold it in place like that. And then that just gives me some room to work. It's a little bit easier. I'm going to move this off so I don't end up spilling it everywhere. I wanted to open up these yellow beads because I'm definitely going to use some of these gorgeous yellow beads. Oops. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to braid. So everybody knows how to braid. I'm not doing anything extra special here. I'm doing left over right, right over left, left over right, right over left. So you're always going to the center. And usually if you're doing a pattern, you kind of want to keep an eye on how many times you're doing each side. I'm just going to kind of go for it, I think, and not worry too much. So I'm going to add a yellow. I think I'm going to add it to the center one. And if you have a hard time doing this because you don't have more than 1 hand, usually you do it flat. You can always pull. What did I just do? You can always pull these to the side to hold stuff in place. instead of just letting it loose. Oy, oy, oy. What am I doing here? And that'll give you your braid without having it go go everywhere. Do as I say, not as I do, right? And then you can pick it back up. Now, if you do something like this, be prepared that that bead might kind of slide around. It'll kind of get locked in place once you braid around it. But it's always good to be prepared that it may not behave exactly how you're wishing for it to. Gonna drop in, and then I'll do another section of braiding. This time when I get here, I'm thinking I'd like to string one of these blue beads on. So I'm going to come down to the end and string all 3 of my wires through. And if you do have a third hand, that would probably make your life way easier. Okay, I made it through 2. Can she make it through the third? Holding my braid together because I just don't want it to collapse on me while I'm doing a video. And because the hole is small enough, it can fit 3 strands straight through, but it can't fit 3 strands braided. It's going to stay in place between the braided parts. And I can start braiding again. And that should hold it in that spot. And I'll pick up a yellow. Oh my gosh, look how pretty the yellow looks inside that little flower. Gorgeous. Bone is one of my favorite colors of soft flex. It just works with so much. It's such a nice neutral. Please go in the bead, thank you. I do agree the red would have been super fun to have with this kit though. You know what other color would have been nice is the garnet. I think we might have intended the garnet, but it came in kind of late. We were manufacturing it. So we had a bunch of colors restock just recently. If you've been waiting for a color to restock for a while, it might be available on the website right now. We're like the only company that is not out of stock. We've got tons of stock happening. I went into, what is it called? I went into, I think it was a Rite Aid, and I couldn't believe what the shelves looked like. And I don't think it's specific to what's going on right now. Like, I feel like they've been slowly getting worse over time just because people don't purchase in store like they once did. But I was like, oh my gosh, it's such a different world. The soft flex shelves are definitely not looking like that. They are full. Okay, so the nice thing about a bead or a macrame board is I can measure too. And I'm making a bracelet big enough to go over my hand. So that means it probably needs to be maybe 7.5 inches would be good. But I also see that my pattern is not going to make it another section. So that's where I have to challenge myself to come up with a quick solution. And one thing you can do that's nice about these bangle bracelets, first get this bead up here to lock this in place. One thing we can do is we can crimp and bead in a section. The only thing that is really important is that I can connect to the other end. And I can definitely do that fairly easily, so it should be okay. Let me grab a crimp. So I'm using the 2x2 millimeter crimp tubes that were in the kit. You can find these standalone on our website as well. Gold filled, sterling, black oxidized. And I will check for questions here in a minute. Crimps are a little bit like the bead. They, the 3 wires will fit in if they're nice and straight. So try to straighten those wires out the best you can. And then you're going to center that crimp tube next to the bead and go ahead and compress. You should have a little 4-corner guide there. And then you're going to come in and compress in those 4 corners and just go around and around, tightening it down. Okay, so this is what we've got so far. And it's almost big enough that it could go over my hand because I'm going to roll it over my hand. I need it to be at least this big. So I need a section of beading about this big now that I can add. Let me see. So I probably want a double crimp on both sides to make it look even. So I'm going to remember that. Sliding this on. This is sheerly for it to be symmetrical. Not necessary. If you don't care about the symmetry of having 2 crimps on each side, you do not need to do this part. And you will need to make sure those wires are straight, not overlapped. So let me just take one out. Put it back in the right spot so that I can bring that up to this one. If you wanted to do a bead between them so it looks like a bead instead of a crimp, you could do that too. I'm just going to do it right next to it. So it's just going to look like 2 little metal gold beads. You'll see why when I get to the other side. Hopefully I'm imagining this correctly. You never know. Now I don't need 3 strands here, so the easy thing to do would be just cut that off. And then this is a space where I can use some of the beads that would not fit on 3 strands from over here. This could be really pretty. This little blue. Could do the big coin. That would be gorgeous. Oh, these little guys are so pretty. Like a blue in the center. Trying to see what blues I want to do. Oh, a little yellow flower. Look at how cute the flower is. I love it. One of these guys. That's pretty. Now I feel like I'm getting somewhere. Get a little yellow in there. Give a call back to the yellow. And maybe a little bit of the metallic-y colors. You know, if I want that big of a piece. Oh, this would be good at the bottom of that flower. Find another one of those. And this might be good around the teal bead. I love that. These are really, these little yellows are beautiful too. Maybe do those on the end there. That might get me where I need to go. So I'm going to string my yellow bead, my flower, this cute little floral bead cap at the base of my flower. Look at how cute that looks. I'm going to do this yellow check glass bead, one of these little spoke wheels, the lampwork bead. You can get these lampwork beads in all sorts of shapes and colors and sizes on the Softlix Company website in the clearance section. And they are like an extra special clearance. There are some really good prices on those lampwork beads if you're interested. Let me see how this ends up turning out. Oh, that's looking pretty good. So I'm going to do a quick tester. Is this too big now? It's kind of too big, isn't it? Let me see. Let me see. That's maybe a little too big. I probably will take the yellows off the ends. I think that would give me the right length. Maybe I'll do just a little yellow there instead of the big yellow. See if that kind of helps out. You don't want it to be too big that it's falling off your arm, but you don't want it to be too small that it doesn't fit over your hand. So there is kind of a happy medium. I'm sure if you're a more calculated designer, you could probably take a thread or a cord and wrap it around your hand in the biggest section to measure like what length you need. And you could be a little more calculated in your designing. Most of you who've been watching me for the past 12 years know I am anything but calculated. When I'm beading, I just go with it. Okay, I'm putting my crimp on, and then I'm going to pass this wire on this side back through the crimp in an opposite manner. This is a great design to make if you do not have a clasp, because we're making a bangle that's going to roll over your hand. You want to bring those together as tight as you can, but also keep in mind that you're gonna need some space for that crimping plier to wrap on either side of the crimp tube. So it's not gonna be, as snug as you may want it to be. It's gonna be close, but not quite as snug. And then just go around, making that tube into a little round metal bead. So usually when I make these, I like to make at least a pair. Sometimes I link them together. Sometimes I leave them free floating. So you can like intermix them with other ones that I've made in the past. Sometimes I like to make one with beads and then a few that are just Softlix beading wire in similar colors. So like in this case, I might make one in turquoise and one in garnet, and have those work together. And then they hang on your wrist like in a pile of bracelets. So I'll make at least one more, but see, it should like roll over your hand comfortably, but not be too tight, if that makes sense. I'm just going to check for any questions over here. Liz loves the colors. Good. Nancy's wanting to make Kristen's wrap bracelet with the 2-hole squares. Oh, Jenny says, I have a question about findings in the kit. I sent it via the website, but I didn't see a response. Yes, you may ask here, Jenny. Please do. Please do ask. We usually try to get to all the questions, but sometimes they slide by us. Julie, I never have a plan. I am a planner normally, which is so strange. but I don't love to plan when I'm beading. I like to do it on the spot, you know, and enjoy the process. So let's make a partner for it. I was noticing these pretty beads really match that. So I was going to think about those. And I also really liked these, but I don't know if I'll be able to work those in for the turquoise colors. I could do, oh, well, that one's gone. I'll go find it. I could do this crackle bead. Might fit 3 strands of Softlex. Off the floor. It's living with all the other beads on the floor. This is beautiful, this bead here. I have metal allergies, so I was wondering if the ear wires and other metal findings included in are nickel-free or hypoallergenic. Jenny, I don't know off the top of my head, but I doubt it. I doubt that they're hypoallergenic, or I don't know about nickel-free, but I doubt they're hypoallergenic. So if I had a metal allergy and I wanted affordable findings, I would get a spool of Softlex craft wire in like 22 and 20 gauge. This is hypoallergenic, and it has a polyurethane coating on the top of it that protects the metal underneath so that it never touches your skin, but it comes in all the bright metallic colors. So you can make your own ear wires and your own clasps and all sorts of things, your own chain using the Softlex craft wire and not have to worry about any metal allergies. I used to have an aunt who unfortunately passed away from COVID, and she had metal allergies. And whenever I made her jewelry, I would use our craft wire for it. And she always loved it, because before that, she had a hard time wearing much of anything. It would always irritate her skin, unfortunately. Okay, let's get moving on this. And if you want further details, email Sara, S-A-R-A, at softlexcompany.com, and I'll check into it to make sure. Ooh, I love this thing. What is this little peach square? Is so pretty. Do we have more of those? Yes, please. I want some of those in my bracelet. So many pretty things in here. Lots of beautiful yellows. Okay. Wondering. That's kind of big. I think I would want to use that again. This is a little more red, so it doesn't work. That one's purple. I'm just throwing things out to kind of see what, oh my gosh, the bows. The bows are so cute. You could hang a little bow right from the front here. That would be fun. We still have more of those. Maybe one of these in the center with the peach could be kind of fun. Thinking, and then I could do the same. Do I have one more of those rondelles? Why is it when you just need one more, you can never find it? Like, can I just have one more? And I don't, but I could do, it's kind of big. Ooh, I could do the reverse. I could do the red. I could do these red ones around. That would be fun. And then come in here and do this color on the top here with the peach in the center. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Those would look really pretty together, wouldn't they? Let's see. I'm trying to see what I did here. It's like one more bead, then let me see about doing this bead cap thing here. I'm just kind of getting an idea of what I'm going to do. Is this going to end up too long? Who knows, but we'll give it a try. Okay, now that I've got kind of an idea, I'm going to get my wires ready again. So I had about a foot. So I need 3 of those. Oh, I only have 10 minutes, so I may not finish this on the live, but I'll get myself set up for anybody who missed the beginning. Get myself set up for it, and then I can do it on my own time. And anybody who missed it can go back and watch how I made the first one. And then I can post a picture for all of you to see what the 2 look like together. So I've got my 2 by 2 millimeter Softflex crimp tube. I'm coming down over the top of 2 wires, and then I have 1 longer sticking out here. And that's going to be the very end where I attached. When I come back around, this is where I'm attaching. So it just needs to be long enough that I can easily crimp and trim off. So it doesn't even probably need to be this long. It's just out of like an abundance of caution that I've decided to leave it that long. Okay, I'm using the 2 by 2 millimeter Softflex crimp tubes that are in the Beltane design kit, which is what I'm using today. I will be giving one away in just a few minutes. If you want to enter to win, use the hashtag #MayDay to enter. Only 1 entry per person. It automatically counts you and will not let you enter more than once. And I will choose a winner at the end. You must be present to claim your prize. It is a full-sized kit that is worth $34.95, I think, or maybe $35.95, depending on the kit. I'm going to trim. I usually come in and kind of trim down any of those little ends there that don't need to be there. So I now have 3 wires connected together. You can find these macrame boards usually on our website. I haven't looked lately to see if they're there or not, but I think they are. I just attach right in the middle, although it doesn't matter where. And you can see mine's been through it all. We take a little bead stopper. You can also find these on the website and clip that into place. And then that gets me going. So hopefully, I didn't think about whether this would fit all 3 strands. I got really excited. I wonder if these will fit all 3 strands. I'm going to give it a try. I just saw a warning on the Beltane strand that it is almost sold out. So if you wanted that Beltane bead strand, I just saw a flash come across. Ooh, that would work. That little flower. How cute is that? Yes, please. I'll do it. I'm curious if these flowers would work. Probably not. That would be just too lucky. They do. Yes. I'm so happy right now. I love when it works. Okay. We're going to start braiding. I'm doing kind of a similar pattern here, but instead of using the turquoise, I'm going to use the red color. And but I am going to do the yellow beads in between. So I'm just going to do a couple of braids left over right. Get myself in to the design. And then I can pick up a yellow check glass bead with the center strand. Put it in the center and then braid around it. Why are you not doing what I ask? There you go. Okay. And now I've got to the point where I'm going to add a bead. And so I'm going to take all 3 strands and I'm going to try to get on one of these really beautiful. I got to figure out which way do I want it to face. I want it to face the center, I think. Much easier to do when you're slipping them all on together at the same time, but trickier. We got, I thought it worked, but maybe I only got 2 strands through. Yeah, I knew it wouldn't work. Got too excited. Okay, so we'll come back to the drawing board. What could we use here that will make me happy? I wonder about this metal bead. Here we go. Yes, thank you. Thank you, little metal bead, for coming to the rescue. I'm going to scoot it all the way up to my braid, and that'll kind of hold my braid in place. This is probably a good stopping point. I'm just going to bring this down. So if you've got kids and a dog and all sorts of stuff happening at your house, and you need to be able to work on things, but you need to hold them in place, this macrame board is super handy. Also, the bead stoppers that I was using, I used one on the back of here. These are really handy for having to leave something and come back to it. It helps a lot. So this will be the center of my second bracelet. I'm going to work on that here on my own time and not worry all of you about the process. And then I will post a picture. You can follow Softflix Company on Instagram. I always post what I've finished there so that you can see it. Kristen's reminding me we have a fantastic sale, but I'm going to do the giveaway here in just a minute. So stick around. If you've entered to win, I need you to be here to claim your prize. But before I get going there, I'm going to make sure you saw this. Spend $99, get a whole kit free. The Surf's Up Design Kit. It's our summer beach kit. We will be designing with it in June, but you start ordering it now because I will open it up at the end of May. So then you have it on hand and ready to go. Order at softflixcompany.com this week through next Tuesday, and you will get a kit for free on your order of over $99. Use coupon code FREEKIT. You have to have the coupon code for it to pop into your cart, and you should see it pop into your cart after you put the coupon code in and see it for free. Also, no shipping on orders throughout the U.S., including Alaska and Hawaii, if your order is over $89. So you get a double discount if you're over $99 this week on the website. It's a pretty fantastic deal. Don't forget that we have a live sale coming up tomorrow, 1 p.m. We have a lot of brand new gemstones that we just introduced last week. Rosa was showing me some new things she's throwing in this week as well. Lots of cool stuff. You can join our text message line if that helps so that you know when we go live with the bead sale, but generally it's 1 p.m. Pacific every Thursday, and we'll let you know if we have to take a Thursday off. I think there's one Thursday in May that we might be taking off. Okay, let me do the giveaway. I'm giving away a full Beltane design kit, so it's a really good giveaway today. Thank you, everybody, for spending some time with me. I set all my worries aside for the hour. I hope you did too, and it just flew by. And I feel so much better. And if you are watching this later, I hope you'll do the same. I hope this for many people throughout the weekend, you're able to set aside your burden and put your beads out and just play for an hour and let your inner child come out and be carefree and just enjoy, like that's why we work so hard as adults, is so that we can have joyful moments where we do things that we love. Okay, are we ready? Last chance on May Day. Here we go. Let us know in the comments if you're here, and you must be here to win. I am looking, Thomas. We are looking for Anne Nishioka, and she's watching on Facebook, or at least she was watching on Facebook. We'll see. Oh, Terry, I'm glad you're going to watch the rerun. It was a great show today. I enjoyed being with all of you. Yay. Where is Anne? Anne, we're looking for you. Let us know you're here. If you are here, you're going to email info@softlickscompany.com. Let them know you want a Beltane design kit. And then also let us know your shipping address, and then we will get that shipped out to you. For anyone who hasn't ordered a Beltane design kit, we still have them left on the website. In fact, you could order that and the bead strand and a few other things, and then you'll get up to that $99 to get a free Surfs Up kit added to your order. So you get kind of a double doozy if you wanted to combine them. Congratulations, Anne. Email info@softlickscompany.com to claim your prize. Make sure we get your shipping address. All right, that's it. That's all she said. I am going to finish up this bracelet when I get a chance here, and I will post a picture of the two little bangle bracelets together. You guys can let me know what you think on Instagram. You can also probably find it in the VIB group. I usually post it there as well. Thank you for spending some time with us today. I hope you'll go check out that really awesome deal that we're running and get the free kit with your order over $99 using coupon code FREEKIT. Have a great day, everybody. I'm sending all of you lots of love and light. Make a little time for yourself to have a little joy at your bead mat. It's really important. I have to remind myself too. It is essential that you find a little bit of joy in each day to take away the heavy burden we as an adults are carrying on with taking care of houses and cars and kids and grandkids and nieces and nephews and those who are ill and those, who need us. It's good to have a little bit of time for yourself, making something beautiful. All right. Bye, everybody.